If I were to ask, when's the last time you worked on something meaningful to you for 4 hours straight, without getting distracted, without pausing every 2 minutes to check your email or your Facebook, most people will say, I don't remember, I can't concentrate for 4 hours straight. Are you crazy? I'm not a robot. Maybe you're the wrong one. Maybe you should be normal and check your Facebook every 2 minutes like everyone else, right? Well, of course I should. I mean, why should you worry about finishing your work on time or achieving your dreams? There are other things more important than that on Facebook. Oh, look at that. Johnny divorced his wife and married another one. Maybe that's a very important topic that should motivate you to stop working right now and go check that out. Look at this one. Jane got plastic surgery and changed her profile picture. That's impressive. Why not go waste more time on that? Don't you realize that you have less than 90 years to live on this planet? Or perhaps you forgot that you're gonna die one day. If you're wasting time right now, it means that you consider yourself to be immortal. And the first pillar here is the practice of living consciously. Every time you know what the right thing to do is, but you choose to do the opposite, your self-esteem decreases. If you're wasting time on social media, then ask yourself, where is this leading me? A better future, perhaps? To practice this pillar, you have to be willing to act on what you perceive to be the right thing to do at any given moment. Have you ever found yourself looking at your big nose in the mirror? No matter how many times you try to look at it from a different angle, it seems bigger and bigger. So big, you assure yourself that you could be someone else for a second to experience how a normal nose would feel like. Maybe you're looking at your problem from a limited perspective. You're seeing yourself as a unique entity. If we expand your view, however, turns out that there are thousands and thousands who have the same problem as you, and they're not making a big deal out of it. That is what makes them unique about themselves. And the second pillar here is the practice of self-acceptance. Stop resisting any part of yourself. You're not born to torture yourself because you don't look like John. You're born to be nobody else but yourself. Let me ask you this, are you thinking about improving your financial situation right now? Or are you worried about your friends' financial problems? Are you thinking about solving your problems or buying clothes for the children of your poor neighbor? Well, if you haven't found yourself thinking about that lately, then your neighbor surely isn't doing the same for you. And I'm not saying he's mean or anything, it's just human nature. We need to feed the cat at lunchtime, but we happen to think about feeding ourselves first. And the third pillar of self-esteem is the practice of self-responsibility. If it's human nature to be focused internally, then no one is thinking about helping you right now. Nobody gives a damn if you pay the rent this month or spend the next month homeless. Why? Because people can barely handle their own problems. So take responsibility over yours. Don't leave that for someone else. I guarantee that they will fail miserably. Everyone is thinking about helping themselves. And if you happen to find the opposite in someone, please call me, because that's not human there. Seriously, that's an angel. I remember when I was a little kid at school. Every time the teacher asked a question, I wouldn't want to raise my hand because I thought, if I said something wrong, my friends would think I'm stupid, then other students would hear about it and the whole school will think I'm not cool. So I always made sure to sit in the back and try to filter what I wanted to say. But then I grew up and I realized nobody actually cared if I said something cool or uncool. Why? Because even if people were to laugh at you, they would definitely forget about it the next day. It doesn't matter. I also realized that there's no such thing as a perfect thing to say. And even if you say something cool, it doesn't mean that people will not judge you for that as well. People will always perceive things from a mental label, from their own view of reality. This means that everything around you is getting judged right now. Even yourself. You're not only watching a video. Your brain is simultaneously trying to make an interpretation of what you're hearing right now, or trying to judge something in the video so you could make sense out of it, a meaning that is relevant to you. And the fourth pillar of self-esteem is the practice of self-assertiveness. And to practice self-assertiveness, stop repressing your thoughts and your ideas because they seem to be different or wrong. Keep in mind that you will never ever find the perfect thing to say. So go out there and say, hey, I know I'm not perfect, but I have the right to exist, as Nathaniel Branden says. Have you ever felt like you're stuck in a labyrinth trying to get out, but you just couldn't find that door? Most people's lives are similar to that. They wake up in the morning and go to work, and when they get back home, they spend the rest of the night watching TV, trying to fall unconscious so they could perhaps forget about their problems. And then the next day, they hit that replay button, just like a fleet of ants bringing food to their home, one after another, every single day, over and over and over. And the fifth pillar is the practice of living purposefully. And this one's about bringing to mind the things that you need to improve in your life, be it in your personality, your relationships, your finances, and then acting toward developing those areas. Don't burn your life living like a zombie, like go to work, eat, sleep, go to work, eat, sleep, get sick, get some pills perhaps, and get back to work. I'm not saying quit your job, I mean add something meaningful to do on top of that, add some flavor. Living purposefully is about a continuous movement towards improvement. Maybe read a book, seek out new information, attend a class about something, teach people, perhaps play an instrument and try to get good at that. I have never seen someone who spends 6 hours every day watching TV and has high self-esteem as well. I want you to remember the last time you were on a diet. It's hard at first, I know. When you see junk food, it's like cigarettes. You hear that mental voice inside your head saying, "Ah, come on, don't worry, it's just a bag of chips, no one will see. Come on, take it, take it, take it now." And when you take the chips and start eating, that inner voice shows up again saying, "Ah man, you did it again." Then you start feeling bad about yourself. Your brain is crazy, it contradicts itself. Don't ask me, ask a brain surgeon. This pillar is correlated with a favorite concept of mine called congruence. And congruence means an alignment between your words, thoughts, and actions. If you know deep down that you should be eating fruits instead of junk food, but you eat junk food anyway, your negative mental radio shows up and puts itself on the beat him up channel, and your self-esteem gets damaged. Why? Because self-esteem is a reputation that we acquire toward ourselves, and if we keep doing things that we know that we shouldn't be doing, that reputation decreases. And the last pillar is the practice of personal integrity. And to practice this one, you have to make sure that your thoughts and actions are in alignment in every situation. If you say that you're gonna do something, you do it. If you promise yourself to achieve your dreams but you give up when the road gets tough, guess what? You gave up on your self-esteem as well. And these are the 6 pillars of self-esteem by Nathaniel Branden.